pandemic's not over. I think we've moved into different phases going forward. Based on what we know about existing variants, I think the worst of the pandemic appears to be over. But as we've learned, many really smart people have gone on various media platforms the last 2 years and made grand declarations that turned out not to be true. Oh, the pandemic will be over in April of 2021. Well, it's April of 2022 and it's not over. So I'm not, arrogant enough to tell you I know exactly what's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball, but I think we're in a pretty good place. I think what will help us going forward is a lot of people have had COVID, a lot of people have been vaccinated. The expansion of antiviral medications, I think, will be useful. And we'll manage this in a different way. There may be times when the cases increase, hopefully not to the degree they did during the biggest surges. And we may have to say, for a short period of time, it may be wise to wear a mask indoors again. And we just have to be willing to do that, or people understanding their own risk. I think everybody wants to move on, and we certainly get it. But let's remember, almost 1 million Americans have died during this. And that's really hard to think about. I think we've all become a little immune to that idea because we've wanted to move forward. So I think we're in the best place we've been in a long time, and that's exciting. And we have to have some flexibility and be nimble in how we address these issues going forward. But I'm hopeful that we're going to manage this more in the endemic phase and not the pandemic phase in the months ahead. I think we're getting closer. It's tricky. Like, what does endemic mean, and what's the number mean? And the numbers were so incredibly high that it feels like, oh, it must be more endemic now because it's not anywhere near where those peaks were. It's all relative, right? But there's still a fairly significant number of cases floating around, more than we would see in some flu seasons related to flu. So I think it feels really low because of where the peaks were, but there's still some activity. But we're certainly much closer to the endemic phase today than we were 3 months ago.